Welcome to another episode of Rise with Zeros, a show where we dive deep into the untold stories of entrepreneurs who turned their dreams into reality. I'm Zeros, your host, and our guests today are proof that big success can come in small sizes. Let's dive into their adorable journey in the world of children fashion, because who doesn't like tiny clothes and big dreams? Welcome, Mrs. Blessing, the CEO of Kiddiez Republic.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Mrs. Blessing, before we start our conversation, I would like to play a little rapid fire round game with you so that we'll know you a little bit more.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Beach vacation or mountain getaway?
Beach vacation.
Texting or phone calls?
Texting.
Pizza or burger?
Pizza.
Stay up late or wake up early?
Stay up late.
Comedy movie or action movie?
Comedy.
Cake or ice cream?
Cake.
Walk alone or walk in a team?
Walk alone.
So now that I've known you a little bit more, let's dive into our conversation.
Okay.
Why did you start Kiddiez Republic?
Kiddiez Republic started 2019 when I had my son, and I realized that there wasn't much fashionable wears for boys in particular. We had for girls everywhere, girls, bold dresses and all. But boys was limited.
I can relate to that.
Yes. Then it was just mostly sleep suits. And I was like, I can't be carrying my son out and he will be dressed completely in sleep suit. There has to be something fashionable for him to use. Yeah. And that was how I started Kiddiez Republic.
Well, I can actually relate to that because I had the same problem too. So what are the challenges you had starting this business and how did you overcome them?
Well, one of the major challenges I had when I started was space. I started from my living room, and people found it difficult to patronize somebody that didn't have a store. So that was a major challenge back then when I started.
So how did you overcome that?
Let me see. I eventually had to get a store, of course, and I tried as much as possible to get people to trust me. Even before I got the store, I tried as much as possible for them to trust me that even if you have to come to my house, I don't mind. But yes, eventually I had to get a store.
So how did you ensure that your brands, like you said earlier, has the style that parents want?
That's very hard. Well, I research a lot. Naturally, I'm a researcher. So most times before I do any form of shopping for the store, I go around. I'm always online trying to see what the latest trend is for kids, in particular boys. I always want to make sure that the boys have the best
style, yeah.
Yes, the best styles available and all. So I'm always researching. If you wake me up, if you check, I'm awake by 2 a.m. I'm researching the next item to stock.
What has been the most rewarding moment for you as the CEO of Kiddiez Republic?
I would say getting to see items from Kiddiez Republic on kids that I've never met before. I can just be walking on the road and I see a child walk past me, just an example. And I noticed that, okay, I think this item is from me. Like recently, I was scrolling through TikTok and I realized I saw a couple doing a skit with their child. And I noticed my branded bag was on their chair. And I was like, okay, I've never met this couple before. And then I saw the child and I saw what the child was wearing. I was like, oh, okay, yes, that's Kiddiez Republic. Yeah. That was very rewarding for me. It it made me feel like I was doing something right. You know, like out of all the brands out there,
They chose you.
they chose me.
Yeah.
These are people that I've never met. Maybe somebody got it for them or they sent somebody. So it was quite rewarding seeing that for me.
What strategies have helped you grow Kiddiez Republic to the brand it is today?
I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a lot of people doing the same thing as I do.
Yeah.
Selling kids wear.
Exactly.
So I needed something that would make me stand out from everybody.
Yes.
I'm not supposed to be just another brand selling children's wear and all that. So what I did was, starting up, I made sure I had unique items for kids. I started up specifically for boys. So it was a case of, if you wanted unique, beautiful items,
For
not
boys.
regular for boys, you would find it with Kiddiez Republic. So that was how I started, making sure that at every point in time, I had unique items. Now we included the girls and babies and sometimes the teenagers, but you would always find unique items with us. And
That's a great
that has
strategy.
helped. Yes, it has helped a lot.
So what advice will you give someone who is willing to start a clothing with children fashion business?
Have money. have lots of money, because it can be very capital intensive. Like when I started, I initially started not that much of a business for me. So I wasn't ready initially to put in that much resources into it. And that limited me. You get a lot of people coming to ask, oh, do you have for 10 years? And I'm like, no, I only have this in 5 years. It's somehow,
Discouraging
yes,
for
it's
people, yeah.
discouraging. But when you have the capital, you can stock as much as you want. Starting up, you want to know your grounds, want to know your environment, want to know what people are interested in. So you might not initially want to put in all that capital into it, but you just have to be ready with the capital when it is needed. Because as time goes on, you have to, like, for example, you want to stock a shirt, you have to stock maybe from 1 year all
To
the way
15.
to 15 years. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And that's just one style of shirt. So imagine you have to have, like, you want to give your customers varieties, options. Let them have options to pick from. So you want to stock maybe like 5 designs, 10 designs of shirts. And imagine you stocking from 1 year to 15 years for 10 different designs of shirts.
So
you have not gotten to the girls' zone. So,
if I don't have money now, I can't start clothing
you
business.
can start bit by bit. Like I said, you can start bit by bit. Then as you grow, but you just have to have it at the back of your mind that it's something you would need capital for. So as time goes on, you can just build up your capital, even if you don't have it instantly when you start.
More advice?
Yeah. And then you have to be patient. A lot of people think you're dealing with the parents when you're selling kids wear. No, you're not. You're dealing with the kids.
Really?
Yes. Because nowadays you have a lot of kids that know what they want. So it's gone are those days where our parents will just go to the market and buy any clothes they feel is nice and then bring it for you.
I still do that for my children.
Kids of nowadays, they want to be involved in picking their own clothes.
Oh.
Yes. I've had a lot of parents come into the store with their kids, and when the mother says, oh, I want a red dress for my daughter, and the girl says, no, mommy, I want a Barbie dress.
Yeah.
And in such a situation, the mother wants a red dress, the child wants a Barbie dress. You just have to be patient and let them come to a decision on what they actually want. So you have to be a lot of patience has to go into it. A lot of patience. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Where do you see Kiddiez Republic in the next 5 to 10 years?
In every home in Nigeria and outside Nigeria.
Amen.
Yes, every home in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. I want to be able to walk on the street and a child passes by me and I'm like, okay, that's Kiddiez Republic. That's what I want. And hopefully God will take us there.
Amen.
Amen.
I hope your prayers are answered.
Amen. Amen.
That's the final question for you today. But we have a little tradition here on Rise with Serious.
Okay.
I want you to mention one entrepreneur that you think is making waves and is inspiring so that we can bring here an interview as well.
Okay, that would be Kids Apparel.
Okay.
Yeah, Kids Apparel. I look up to her a lot. I look up to her a lot. Hopefully we'll get there one day. She has been very inspiring.
So Kids April, if you're watching this, be ready for us. Thank you so much, Mrs. Blessing, for being here. I really appreciate you coming here and sharing your journey, your inspirations, everything. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure, a honor.
Right.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
And to our viewers, I hope today's conversation has left you feeling inspired and ready to take on your entrepreneurial path, especially in the children fashion. So please don't forget to follow Mrs. Blessing on all of her social media platforms, which is Kiddiez Republic, Nigeria, Kiddiez Republic. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this episode to someone who needs a little extra motivation. This is Rise with Serious. I'm Serious. Let's keep rising.